This is a video that I made because of a conversation I had with a couple of you guys in the comments section of my part 2 of the Attack of the Clones fanfiction rewrite video. I just thought you guys would like to know, so that when I say at the end of each video, I'll see you guys in the comments. That's not just a thing I say, I do see you guys in the comments, and often we have conversations that end up in videos like this. So just wanted to say, thank you very much. Hey guys, let me ask you a question. You know how Kevin Feige runs the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, who runs DC's Cinematic Universe? Nolan's not around anymore, Zack Snyder's not involved in movies that he isn't directing. Is it some Warner Brothers corporate dude who's running it all? I hope not, because that didn't work out very well for Sony. So who is running everything?
And one reveal was that while Marvel, the MCU, is run by Kevin Feige, the DCU movies are going to be creator controlled, meaning each film is under the jurisdiction of that director.
I don't know how that works though. So each guy is like directing their own movie, but then how do the movies connect with each other? Because they need to, if it's a universe, that's kind of the point of making a cinematic universe. Everything's connected. Clearly, somebody needs to actually be steering the ship. And I think the person that is perfect to do so is George Miller. And not just because he's so hot right now because of Fury Road.
So hot right now.
There's a lot of other reasons too. Here is 3 specifically. One of the things that surprised everyone about Fury Road was how colourful it was. It was gritty, it was realistic, it was dark in tone, but it was not dark in colour. It was vibrant even. And that is how a Justice League movie should be. Gritty and realistic with threats that feel real to differentiate it from the Marvel universe, but still be colourful. After all, this is a comic book universe at the end of the day. And a guy like Aquaman, with his shining golden armor, his blonde hair and his green pants, he doesn't belong in desaturated colours. Batman does, because that's his character, but that's not Aquaman. Batman stops being cool if every other character is like Batman. This is a problem that many people have pointed out.
But all that art, they just look brooding. Brooding meets brooding meets brooding. It looks like 3 goths hanging out in a candle store. That's what the new one looks like. Stop with the brooding. The only one who gets to brood is Batman. It only works if he's the one brooding guy. They can't all be brooding.
Preach, Patton.
God damn it. Sorry.
No, amen to all of that.
Thank you.
And the solution to this problem is George Miller. He knows how to make something that is gritty, that is realistic, that is tough, but without sacrificing colour. Something I don't agree with, that a lot of people complain about with the DCU, is why is everything in the DCU so serious? Oh no, it should be more like Marvel. No, it shouldn't. I don't want the DCU to be like Marvel. I don't want the DCU to be funny, but I do want it to be fun. You see the difference? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Fury Road was not a funny movie. It was not a comedy. But it's clear watching it that George Miller had a ton of fun when he was making it, and we all had fun in watching it, even though the story was very serious. And that's because George Miller embraced the insanity of that world, and it gave us a lot of cool stuff like the flamethrower electric guitar. Well, anyone who reads DC Comics will tell you that that is a universe that is also pretty insane. There's magic and aliens and clones and time travel and cyborgs and alternate realities and monsters and just all this weirdness. I mean, you just try to explain Grodd to somebody.
Is this what you want? You can have it. It's yours.
Banana.
It's pretty weird. So how fun would it be if the DCU actually embraced all of that insanity? Okay, maybe not that much insanity if we tone it down a bit. Yeah, okay, like Jack Nicholson Joker level of weirdness, but with a modern take. I don't know, just ask George Miller. He knows where the line is with that kind of thing. Embrace the insanity so we can have fun, that's what I'm saying. I like Zack Snyder. He oozes creativity and just raw enthusiasm in everything that he does. And I even kinda like Sucker Punch. But, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, like many creative people, Zack Snyder seems like he has a tendency to get carried away on a few things and sometimes needs an outside voice to help balance him out a little bit. And George Miller can be just that voice, because he has a lifetime of experience in movie making. And since he got his start with Mad Max, that he filmed and financed out of his own pocket, he has always understood not just the film side of things, but the money side of things. And he's also produced a whole bunch of movies as well, so he knows every aspect of the business. Who better to guide and oversee this cinematic universe? George Miller is the perfect guy to do so, and you know what? It is entirely possible that we could see that happen, because he's very loyal to the Warner Brothers brand. He's been with them for years and years, and they were already going to have him direct Justice League Mortal back in 2007. Actually, there's apparently a documentary coming out soon about the making of that.
George Miller was going to direct, and Pete Jackson's company Weta was producing it.
This movie, which was going to be filmed in Australia, was written by Kieran and Michelle Mulroney. It was going to be directed by George Miller, and it was being produced by Peter Jackson's company, Weta.
If what we were going for would have happened, it would have been the perfect combination of sort of the realistic grittiness of like the Dark Knight series mixed with the amazing detail and sort of tactile nature of the Star Trek series.
And if you're like me and you're kind of worried about how Batman v Superman is going to turn out, it is kind of reassuring to know that George Miller is still there, so that even if Snyder does an absolute hatchet job on Batman v Superman, it's not the end of the world, because Warner Brothers can still turn to George Miller and say, remember how before you were going to do Justice League? How would you like to do it now? And that would be great. I would absolutely love that. So put your thoughts in the comments below. If they were going to assign someone to oversee the DCU, do you think George Miller would do a good job, or would you rather like, I don't know, Nolan or Ben Affleck to do it? Or are you happy with there being kind of no one steering the ship? I don't know how this is going to work. There must be someone steering it. Anyway, I am Bandit, this is Bandit Incorporated, and until next time, I will see you guys in the comments. Wait, there's something... Obi-Wan! Silently, one of Anakin's sabers detaches from his belt and levitates up to just behind his head. Windu sees this and uses the Force to quickly whip Anakin's head to the side, just as the saber ignites, missing him by inches. Windu fires up his saber and slashes Anakin's out of the air right above him, before spinning around to see Maul at the end of the walkway, hand outstretched. Obi-Wan is clashing with Talon and Force pushes her down some stairs. He yells back to the others, "I'm alright, you two go get him." Maul disappears around the corner.